You Are the Placebo by Dr. Joe Dispenza. Our trusty Oxford Dictionary defines a placebo as a harmless pill, medicine, or a procedure prescribed more for the psychological benefit to the patient than for any physiological effect. In the book, You Are the Placebo, Dr. Joe Dispenza asks, what if you, your thoughts, your emotions, your beliefs could produce the same healing effects as a placebo? Therefore, instead of needing an external pill or treatment, your belief becomes the healing agent. You create a biological response from within through thought, visualizations, and emotion. This book is based on the concept that our thoughts and emotions can literally rewire our brain and even change our body. Dr. Joe shares real-life cases of people who recovered from chronic illnesses or major health issues, not through external medicine, but through internal transformation. He explains the science behind the placebo effect and how we can activate that same healing response on purpose. At the heart of it, your body believes what your mind tells it, especially when you combine intention with elevated emotion. So, if you're constantly stressed, fearful, or stuck in the past, your body stays in survival mode. But when you shift your thoughts and feelings, when you visualize health, calm, joy, your body starts responding as if it's already true. It's not magic, it's neurobiology. Dr. Joe isn't making all of this up from thin air. He actually suffered multiple spinal fractures, including compression fractures in 6 vertebrae. He had been advised to have a very high-risk surgery with no guarantee of a full recovery. Instead, for 2 hours a day, he entered a deep meditative state, visualizing each vertebrae healing, rebuilding, and returning to perfect alignment. He combined this with elevated emotional states like gratitude, love, trust, and practice staying mentally disciplined, not letting fear or doubt creep in. Within 10 weeks, he was walking again. Within a few months, he was back to work and exercising without surgery. Like many of us with a science or STEM background, Dr. Joe didn't just want to accept that his healing was a miracle. He wanted to understand why and how it happened. So he began to dive into the data, not just his own, but also the stories of others who had healed through belief, meditation, and emotional transformation. Over time, he started collecting brain scans, MRIs, and heart data from people attending his workshops, people who had overcome anxiety, chronic illness, trauma, and much more. In You Are the Placebo, he shares this evidence to show that healing isn't just possible, it's measurable. The book combines real stories with science to help us see that the body does respond to our internal world. And if we can change our thoughts, we can begin to change everything else. What really stayed with me was this. You don't have to wait for external proof before you feel better. You can start by feeling better and let your body follow that emotional lead. As a mum, this really spoke to me, especially during times where I felt anxious, drained, or like I've lost control of my body and time. I also found this concept exceptionally helpful when I was visualizing the type of birth I wanted to have. This book helped me come back to the idea that we do have power, even if it doesn't look like it on the outside. If you're someone who's curious about self-healing, mind-body connection, or simply shifting your energy, I highly recommend You Are the Placebo, especially because of the science-based evidence that they have collected. Thank you so much for watching, and do let me know your thoughts in the comments section below. Thanks. Bye.